It's Coach's Corner time, and we welcome you. We're going to talk with Kristin Smith, our HiStepper coach, on this edition of our Coach's Corner. And Kristin, tell us what's going on right now with the HiSteppers. I know you've got nationals coming up, you've got tryouts coming up, plus the girls are very busy attending all the sporting events. This is a pretty busy time.
Oh, it definitely is. This is a crazy week coming up with wrestling tonight and basketball tomorrow, and then wrestling Thursday, and then basketball Friday. Plus, on top of that, it's Mini Stepper week. So we start Mini Steppers tonight, which will be exciting. I think we're around 160 kids signed up, and then we normally have some on the first night too. So we'll get that kicked off tonight and go from there. We're excited.
The clinic it's a big fundraiser, but it's an awful lot of work. Those girls really put in their time this week, don't they?
They definitely do. And, you know, my girls love it. It is so much fun because they love interacting with the younger kids, and they love what they do, but it is a lot of work. I know that I was talking to him this morning in practice about, because we have a basketball game tomorrow night, and I was saying, okay, younger group be here at 4:30, older group be here at 6, younger group, as soon as you get done, you need to go over to the basketball game, older group, you need to get over. And Alyssa Tapp raised her hand, and she was like, Is there any time we get to eat in there at some point? And I said, of course, you can grab something quick and run back up to the stands. But it is a long week because they're taken up every single night. Plus, they still have their regular school responsibilities and their regular athletic event responsibilities.
Let me ask you. I'm sure you've heard this, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Okay.
A girl who said, "I remember going to the clinic," and then she becomes one of your HiSteppers.
Yes. In fact, I have a couple on my team right now that were in the mini clinic. I bring in Cherry. I was talking to her about that, and she did mini steppers and then is now a HiStepper. And man, talk about making me feel old when they tell me they were in my mini clinic and now they're one of my girls, and especially as a senior. So
I didn't mean to age you.
That's
on
okay.
That, but we are all getting to the point where, you know, kids,
right.
And they attend those clinics, not knowing one day that they may be participating in that. But I'm sure you've heard that from a lot of kids. I think my kids were in your clinic too, and
I think so.
End up being a HiStepper. Okay, so with this also your national competition coming up.
Right. In fact, tomorrow night we're going to put a second nationals routine on the floor. We're going to put our palm routine on the floor, and we're really excited about it. It's kind of a tribute to America, really. It's all patriotic music, and we're dressed patriotically, so it's going to be exciting. And so that'll be our second nationals routine that we'll get on the floor. We'll do it again Thursday night at the wrestling match. And then we've still got 2 other routines. We're doing a high kick. We'll do that the last week of basketball and wrestling season. And then we also have a military that is going to be really, really cool. I wish we just don't have enough games this year to get all of our stuff on the floor. But on March the 1st, we're giving a public performance of all of our nationals routines. And that'll probably be about 10 o'clock in the morning, 10:30, depending on the basketball team when they need the gym, as they're going to their tournament. But, you know, I really encourage people to come out and watch that. It's a free performance, and it gets us in front of people. But we'll put the military on the floor, and it's going to be very different. It's choreographed to all orchestra music, and it's the theme from Phantom of the Opera. And so we've got the white half mask, and it's going to be pretty cool.
What are the dates for your national competition in Texas?
Last weekend in March. I think it's the 24th and 25th.
You've got a little time, but that's going to be here before you know it. So people got to understand that it really is here faster than they realize.
Oh, yeah, it really is. And, you know, it always seems to me, and I think I've said this to you before, that I live my life in drill team calendar events, you know, but as soon as basketball and wrestling season starts, nationals, it seems like nationals is on us immediately. And that's a lot of times November, but it doesn't matter. It seems like as soon as we hit basketball and wrestling, the next thing I know, I'm at national competition. So.
I'll ask you another question I know the answer to, but just knowing how you run your program, what are your expectations at your national competition this year?
Well, you know, I'll be really honest. I expect us to do very well. I really do. I go in every year expecting them to put their absolute best on the floor, and honestly, I expect them to finish in the top 5, you know, every year, if not winning it. And that's not that's not overconfidence. That's just, what I expect out of the girls. Nationals is hard, I'll be honest, because it changes so much. From year to year, I don't know who my competition is. And, different schools, Texas schools are always redistricting, and they're building a new high school, and they're doing this and they're doing that. And so many times, I have no idea. I see a new team name, and I don't know who they are. I've never seen them before. And so it's hard. But this year at Nationals, there's going to be 3 international teams. There's going to be a team from Japan, I think one from South Africa, and I think one from Australia.
Actually in competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very fun. Very fun when we do that.
Absolutely. And this could be a good year because you're losing a lot of seniors. I mean, this may be the heaviest graduation that you're going to see in a long time.
Yeah, I'm losing 18 seniors, and that's another reason I expect this team to do well. They're experienced, and they're a talented group, and I think that they can do very, very well at Nationals. That experience really helps out. When half your team walks on the floor, having done that competition before, that's a pretty good advantage. So.
But if you have a daughter out there that wants to try out for high stepping,
yes.
Again, those tryouts are right after you get back, and it doesn't happen very often. But you're going to be looking for a lot of girls this year.
I definitely am. Nationals is actually later than what I said it was. It's going to be it'll be the 28th and 29th because our clinic starts that April 1st. So, and I'll have 18 spots, and we'll go from there. But definitely this is the year. 8th graders, I think last year a lot of 8th graders were a little intimidated because I only had 4 seniors.
Right.
And so I didn't have a lot of them try out. But 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders, 11th graders, this is the year to try out because I'm losing so many girls.
And that doesn't happen very often, but it's a special group, I'm sure, for you. And, you don't say basketball, they say we're going to take 13. In high stepping, it's a little different. You might explain that.
Right. I take 35 girls. My team is 35. And unless there happens to be a tie, I do have 36 this year because there was a tie at that tryout. But, we take 36 girls or 35 girls, normally 35, and we use those girls throughout the year, 4 football, 4 basketball, 4 wrestling, 4 nationals. It's not, those numbers really don't change that much. So it's not as if I'm going to take fewer girls this year. I'll be taking 35 once again.
Work hard and get ready for it.
Definitely.
Well, it sounds great. But this week, our fans are going to get to see your girls perform their national routines.
Yes, Tuesday night they'll do their pom, and they'll do it again Thursday night at the wrestling match. So catch one of those performances. It really is a very moving routine because it is so patriotic.
And we might mention too that most of our home games are in the next couple of weeks, and later in the season, most of our road games. So senior night. You're going to be really busy, aren't you?
I am.
You're going to be handing flowers out left and right. You have a lot of girls that'll walk for the last time.
I do, and that is so bittersweet for me because I do always get excited for the new group and for tryouts and to see what's out there and what I'm going to have for the next year. But oh my gosh, it is hard to say goodbye to those girls. And with 18 of them, most of those girls I've had since they were babies. I've had them since they were freshmen, and it's hard to let them go.
Well, good luck this week, and good luck in preparation, and good luck at your national competition.
Thank you.
Kristin Smith Bohan, our high stepping coach, on this week's edition of Coach's Corner.